Everyone told you a real golf launch monitor costs $5,000. That is simply not true anymore. 5 products. Prices from under $200 to over $1,000. One of them genuinely competes with what the pros use. One quietly wastes your money. Let's find out which is which. The launch monitor market has a branding problem. A famous name on the box does not mean accurate ball speed data in your living room. It means a good marketing budget. And I have seen golfers spend $800 on a device that misreads spin rate so badly it actively makes their swing worse. So here's what we are actually doing today. 5 launch monitors and simulators, stress tested on the metrics that decide whether you improve or just burn money staring at a screen. Carry distance, spin accuracy, club data, simulator software, and raw price to performance. By the end, you will know exactly which tier to buy at and which name brand device to walk straight past. Number 5 is the Durables Enclosure Kit, and right away I need to be direct with you. This is not a launch monitor. It does not track your ball. It does not produce a single data point. What it does is give you the physical space to use the monitors we just ranked, the HD impact screen, the full safety padding, the blackout curtain, all structural. At $899.99, you are buying a room, not a sensor. That matters because some buyers see this bundled in search results and assume it competes head-to-head with the Rapsodo or the Garmin. It absolutely does not. It is a prerequisite, not a rival. The 4.8 rating across 39 reviews is promising, but 39 reviews is a thin sample for a nearly $900 purchase with real setup complexity. Before you add it to cart, ask yourself one question. Do you already own a launch monitor worth putting inside it? If the answer is no, start there first. This enclosure earns its spot only as the final puzzle piece, never the first one. FlightScope calls the Mevo Gen 2 an 18-parameter launch monitor. 18. That number is doing a lot of marketing work at $2,200, so let's stress test it. The bundle includes a built-in camera, 8 E6 simulation courses with GPS overview, and a shot tracer. On paper, that is a serious package. In practice, here is the honest problem. With only 2 reviews on record, you are essentially paying a premium price for a product the broader market has barely validated yet. That is a real risk at this price point. The portability angle is genuinely appealing. FlightScope has a strong radar-based pedigree, and camera-assisted tracking can improve accuracy on certain shot shapes. But the Rapsodo MLM2PRO above it delivers dual radar plus camera fusion with a far larger ownership sample proving it out, and costs significantly less. The Mevo Gen 2 might be exactly what it claims. The data just is not there yet to confirm it. If you need certainty at $2,200, the field ahead of it has already earned that certainty. Next, the pick that actually anchors this whole ranking, $5,593. Let that land for a second. That is what Bushnell is asking for the Launch Pro Circle B Edition, bundled with the Net Return Bay 10 Simulator Bay and a Signature Series towel. A towel. For nearly $6,000, they threw in a towel. Here is the problem. This bundle currently sits at a 3.6 out of 5 with essentially 0 verified reviews to anchor that number. 0. So we cannot stress test the gap between the marketing and your actual range session. That is not a minor asterisk. That is the whole story. The Net Return Bay 10 is a legitimate piece of hardware, and Bushnell's Launch Pro has a real reputation in the standalone monitor market. But bundled together at this price, with no real-world review data to validate whether the integration actually delivers, you are being asked to pay premium money on pure faith. Who skips this? Anyone who needs confidence before dropping $6,000. That is most people. The math here simply does not close yet. So if that $6,000 unit left you cold, Garmin wants $4,499 for the Approach R50. And Garmin carries real credibility in golf tech. That name means something. The headline feature is a 10-inch built-in color touchscreen, which sounds genuinely useful. No phone mount, no tablet prop, just a standalone screen right there at your mat. That is a real convenience win on paper. But here's the number I cannot get past. 3.6 out of 5 stars across 57 reviews. At $4,500, that rating is a problem. That is not a niche gripe. That is a pattern. Buyers who spent serious money and came back unimpressed. What exactly disappointed them? Without deeper data, I will not speculate, but at this price, you need a product that earns 4s and 5s, not mid-3s. The touchscreen is a tangible hardware advantage over cheaper rivals. The Garmin ecosystem is real, but a 3.6 at this price tier tells you the gap between the marketing promise and the living room reality has not closed. Who buys this? Garmin loyalists who want a self-contained unit and can absorb the risk. Everyone else should keep watching. And here it is, the one that actually earned the top spot. The Rapsodo MLM2 PRO sits at $549.99. And before you scroll past, consider this. You just watched devices pushing 4 and 5 times that price stumble on their core promises. This one has 658 reviews and a 4.4 out of 5 rating. That is not a small sample. That is a verdict. What the MLM2 PRO gets right is the full picture. Launch monitor, simulator, swing trainer, shot tracker. Not one of those things bolted on as a marketing afterthought. All of them working together, at home or at the range. It even ships with 3 Pro V1 balls, which tells you the target user is someone serious about their game, not someone decorating a man cave. Does it have the 10-inch touchscreen the Garmin carries? No. Does it need one? Also no. For $549.99, you are buying a tool that does the job across multiple use cases without demanding a second mortgage. That price-to-performance gap is almost unfair. Best value in this entire category. Full stop. So here's the tier list straight. The Durables Enclosure is infrastructure, not a monitor. Useful, but it does not measure a single shot. The Mevo Gen 2 is a capable portable option, but you are paying bundle pricing for software you may not use. The Bushnell Launch Pro is the precision choice. If accuracy is non-negotiable and budget is not, that is your answer. The Garmin R5O earns its price through that built-in 10-inch touchscreen and true standalone operation. No phone, no laptop, just hit. But the Rapsodo MLM2 PRO sits in the middle of this field and wins on value density. Meaningful data, simulator capability, a price that does not require a conversation with your accountant. That is the tier list. Now let's talk about which one actually belongs in your cart. Here is the actual takeaway. A bigger touchscreen does not make your ball data more accurate. Brand cachet does not fix inconsistent spin readings. The real differentiator every time was swing data consistency and software depth. The Rapsodo MLM2 PRO earned the top spot because it delivered both, at a price that did not require a leap of faith. Spend on data quality. Everything else is just packaging. All current prices are linked below. No fluff, no sponsorships. If honest, data-first breakdowns are useful to you, subscribe. We do this for every category worth your money.